I don't know where I read this story, but it's kind of stayed with me and I wanted to share it with you. So the story goes that a very rich man wanted to build a private zoo, and he wanted to populate it with the most exotic creatures um, in the planet. And he was very particular that his collection had to be exquisite, and he was specifically looking for those animals that other zoos do not readily have. And he heard about this deer that was in Africa that no other zoo had, because it was considered almost impossible to catch. These were fast and very wary of human beings, and the only way to get them was to shoot them and kill them. And but he wanted a live specimen for his zoo, and so he went to Africa and found some of the best hunters there and said, can you catch this deer for me? And they said, no, not this. It's too fast, it's too wary, it's impossible. And he said, well, if you can't catch it, I will. So he goes to the market, gets stuff, jaggery, flour, whatever else that he thinks that the deer will like, makes those into little balls, and places them in a place where the deer are known to come in the night. And he waits. So the deer come, but they see these strange balls on the floor, and they don't want to come near. Days go by, and then finally one of those deer decides to take a risk and comes forward and sniffs and takes a bite. Now the other deer are watching this, and slowly now that line is crossed, right? So they're feeling more comfortable about it. Nobody attacked them while they were eating or while this deer was eating, so they all start coming, and slowly they get past their suspicion and they have a feast. So the next day the man goes and adds more of the food, and he waits, and this keeps happening night after night. And the deer take it for granted that if they come there, they're going to find food. And so after a week or so, this man comes and places a plank of a tall plank on the ground next to the place where he is keeping all his food. So again that night the deer come, they smell the food, but they see the plank and they're kind of hesitant. Finally one of the deer comes and has the courage to get past the plank and eat the food, and the others see that the plank is not hurting him, so they also join in. And the next night this man comes and puts a second plank right next to the other one, and every day this becomes a routine. The deer come, they see the planks are not hurting them, they have their food, until the point where the planks, which are kind of now surrounding, almost forming a circle around the place where they are feeding, it doesn't bother them anymore. So, and it so comes that after several months, when they have kind of gotten habituated to this change about these planks coming up, but they always know that the food is there, they kind of learn to ignore this because they're feeling comfortable. So there comes a night when the deer are all feeding, and this man sneaks up and places the last plank and covers that circle. So now all the deer are trapped. The next morning he comes in, chooses a couple of them that he wants to take back with him home, and releases the others. and those two become his prisoners forever. And I think about the story in many different contexts, but specifically from the perspective of how we as humans become desensitized to a lot of things, including habits, which kind of take over us over a period of time. Um, I would like for you to take your own conclusions about what the story means for you, but I just thought it's very applicable now, um, with all that's happening in the world, and I just felt like sharing that. Alright, I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and wish you a fantastic day. Ciao.